I don't do all the work on this show, just 100% of it. Boom, boom. Anyway, I sent Mike Lawrence out today to speak to James DeGale and Kevin Mitchell. DeGale is still confident he will win a world title, quite right too. He was at the Times Amateur Boxing Club near King's Cross today to coach some local youngsters as part of the Team Olympics programme. Not sure if we can use Olympics, but hey, they do. Which puts on coaching camps to encourage people to get involved in a wide range of sports based on the Olympic values. This sort of initiative is vital for getting kids active and keeping them out of trouble, DeGale claimed.
Oh, it's very, very important. Obviously, with kids like this, some of them are not from nice homes or from rough areas. So it's nice. I was a bit of a tearaway when I was young, and I'm lucky I had the boxing gym. Otherwise, I could have been in prison, or you never know what I could have been doing or whatever. So it's good.
So it was a place like this that you
place like this where, yeah, that's it. I say I was a bit naughty and boisterous at school. My mum and dad, my granddad took me down the local boxing gym, and I ain't looked back since. So it's good for events and groups like this to go ahead.
You've had a couple of weeks now to reflect on that night at the O2. Looking back, is there anything you would have done differently in your preparation or approach to it?
Of course there is. You look back, and I've watched the fight 100 times. I still thought I won by about 3 or 4 rounds. But yeah, the first 6 rounds maybe I was a bit lackadaisy, and maybe I let him nick the rounds. So as I say, I let him win. But maybe I would have thrown a bit more punches the first 6 rounds.
I mean, it was an epic battle for the people watching and listening to it. It was one of the best fights of recent years, but presumably that's not much consolation to you because you were on the losing end.
I know. As I say, man, do you know what? Straight after the fight, obviously it hurt, and even a week after it, proper hurt. But listen, I've got to dust myself off and move on to bigger and better things. As I said before, the James DeGale story ain't ended. It's just got interesting.
So the summer, you chilling for a bit, or want to get straight back in the ring? What's happening?
Straight after my fight, I had a week off, and then I went away with the boys for 5 days. Come back, and I'm in the gym. You know what gym's like anyway. My coach, he's a war horse. He's chunk in the gym. So I'm back in the gym, ticking over. I'm still waiting for my next date. It looks like September, and Frank's told me it's going to be a big one. So I'm just looking forward to it now.
And any ideas what names were in the frame for that fight?
I don't. He did name a couple, but I'm not too sure if I'm allowed to say. Right. But say it's going to be a big one, and I'm just looking forward to getting back in the ring and putting on a performance.
And then depending which website you read, which paper you read, there's going to be a rematch with George, or there's never going to be a rematch. Yeah. What say you?
Well, obviously after the fight, I asked for the rematch. My promoter asked for the rematch. He offered him good money. Obviously, his profile will go through the roof, but they said no, which I can accept because he's beat the Olympic gold medalist and the box that was meant to be the next best thing. But hey, listen, I know where I'm going. I know I'm going to be world champion next year. So hopefully we'll get a rematch down the line then.
So as far as you're concerned, that night at the O2 was a blip, and James DeGale's still on course for that world title by the end of 2012.
That's it, there you go, spot on. I say, man, it ain't ended. The James DeGale story ain't ended. It's just got interesting, that's all.
That's a good line, that. The James DeGale story's not ended. It's just got interesting. That was James DeGale there talking to Mike Lawrence. Did a great job.